everyone. So today we're exploring the body dynamic of shifting. Shifting is the action of moving our body to the target as a unit. The purpose of shifting isn't just to move our body to the target, but also to create power using momentum. So there are several types of shifting that we learn in karate. We're going to go over the two basic ones that you learn right away. Stepping, yumiashi, or shifting, so front foot, back foot, which is known as yoriashi. Whenever we're stepping or shifting, or doing any technique, we always have to think, pressure to floor. This is a really important principle. You're always going to want to keep that in mind, whether you're doing kumite, kata, anything in karate. There's a common Japanese phrase or saying in our karate classes I hear all the time, Ichigam, Nisoku, Santan, Shiro. That roughly translates to eyes to target first, followed by the feet, body center, and power. So in stepping, or ayumiashi, we initiate by squeezing the foot to center. As I squeeze my foot knee to center, my hips act as a fulcrum. Then as I touch with my front foot, think ball of the foot first, then heel down, not heel first. Remember, as you're shifting or stepping, keep your weight in your center. Don't allow yourself or your weight to come forward or back. Keeping that in mind now, I'm keeping my ankle knee joint soft, allowing my knee to bend over my front foot. This action of keeping the joint soft, allowing that knee to bend over, I'm giving pressure to that one leg and keeping this foot light. Not exactly lifting it, but just allowing it to slide. Some common mistakes we see with stepping. If we're going with speed, stomping. You should have a feeling more of catching the floor, not hitting it. Another common problem as we step, whether we're going fast or slow, a lot of people have this tendency to hip sway. So I want to keep this frame, good posture. Yes, spine is tall. Squeezing, keeping the back straight, back muscles strong. So back muscles meaning hamstring, buttocks. Okay? Shifting, or yumiashi, is a little bit more challenging. But now here we're moving the front leg and the back leg is close behind. So I like to think of it as having a rubber band around my legs. So if you have something like this at home, it's really useful just to get that feeling. So as I'm shifting now, hopefully you can see that band in the video. Your front leg is going to pull that leg with you, but I don't allow the band to go slack. I want to keep that distance between my feet, just move them together. When I'm shifting, instead of stepping now, before we were stepping, it'd be ball of the foot touching the floor first. Now when I shift, heel. But don't lift the foot up too high. Keep it close to the floor. You should still feel like you're gliding on the floor. Still have that feeling of ukimi that we talked about before. Note that when I'm shifting, I'm following the exact same principles we went over in stepping. Right? So I'm not putting my weight forward. I'm not allowing my hips to sway. Boom. I'm keeping my body in its center. My body weight in center. Boom. So when I shift, front foot reach, body center follow. But always, 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 can't stress this enough, pressure first. Eyes, pressure, direction, then think. Okay, so always remember, whether we're stepping or shifting, we're always giving eyes to target, pressure, body, then power. Same thing when we shift. Eyes, pressure, body, then technique, or power. So there's another saying in Japanese called ukimi. Some have described that as floating. So it's not exactly floating, but it's a feeling of not straightening my leg to step up. Another common issue some beginners have when they're learning stepping or shifting, straightening my leg to step. So I want to think, it's almost as if when I give pressure to this front leg, it's like this leg just suctions into my hips, or my hip socket. A way you can practice that feeling is to try standing with your feet together, and then you're going to take one leg off the floor. But I'm not putting my weight onto this leg and leaning. This is too easy. That's not correct. What I want to do is think like this leg goes into the socket as I'm giving pressure with this leg. I should only be able to hold this for a second. So you can practice this, maybe 5 or 10 each leg, a little bit before you practice your shifting. So if I take my right leg, pressure the floor, then try the other side. And your foot's only going to come up a little bit off the floor. It's not going to come way up. I'm not bending my knee. Just boom, pressure. Pressure. My height shouldn't change. I shouldn't be leaning to one side or the other. So the best way to practice this, I would recommend working on your Kihon and your kata. It's really important that we're following these principles, using these body dynamics. So you'll notice that I'm keeping the same height throughout the movement. Using my hips as the fulcrum as my legs. Move through center. So we've gone through just about all of the body dynamics now. Next week, we're going to try and get into the last one, lifting and dropping. That's the last one to work on. And then it's going to get really exciting. I'm going to start taking all those dynamics and we're going to learn how to use them all together in the katas, in the Kihon, in the kute. So stick around. Make sure to see that next week.